Well, guys, it's official. The bubble has popped for One Piece. I think it's time for us to pack our bags and leave. That's at least what social media is telling us. They're telling us that One Piece is doing really bad right now. But what do the charts say? What do the numbers say? Well, that's what we'll be covering in today's video. Today, I'm going to be updating the spreadsheet and showing you guys every single box and how they've been performing against the previous week. So let's begin. Okay, let's just start off with Blue Bottom. So Blue Bottom is down a staggering 14%. So the previous week it was $6,800. Now it's $5,800. Just trimmed a clean $1,000 off. This is such a good opportunity to pick this up. Wow, that is absolutely incredible. I'm not going to lie, if my Zoro SP didn't halve in price, I probably would sell it and then buy a Blue Bottom. But I will probably figure out a way somehow to pick one up. I had a couple Blue Bottoms a couple of years ago. I paid very cheap for, but you know, most people didn't really hold it, and I was one of those people. But anyways, I do want to pick one up, but it is down 14%, and that is a fact. So if you're wondering where I get this pricing from, after the box goes above $2,000, I then look at eBay. I look at auction pages, which are like reputable, like Probstein, very reputable, with good pictures as well, if it's not a damaged box. So generally I do like to just look at the best condition and good pictures. It doesn't have to be like a perfect seller, but just someone with, you know, at least a couple good reviews and at least a couple good pictures. And if it's good condition, I'll add it in. I'll get like 5 to 10 sales and chuck them in the average, just to be a little bit more fair, because I know that, you know, even one cheap sale, even if it's like an unreputable seller or if it's like a damaged box, it can damage the value that it looks. But realistically, if you're selling a minty box, you should be selling it for the price that minty boxes go for, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's down 14%. That's rough. Holy moly. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I guess we're doing that. I don't really think it's a big deal. I don't really think you should panic if you do hold one. I just would see it as a good buying opportunity if you want to pick up another one. But also, I would see it as just seeing how strong of an investor you are. Are you going to freak out and just immediately sell it? Or are you going to hold on to it? It's just a good test, right? Like, I feel like this happened with Pokemon. In October to December, the market was very quiet. If you were still in Pokemon, props to you. When the market pulled back in one of my videos, I think it was like November, I said, guys, if I'm being real, this is my favorite period of the market, where the market is quiet. Everybody who is here are not just hype beasts jumping onto the next thing, but they're like legitimate investors or they're legitimate collectors. And they're just here because they believe in it, right? They don't have to see things go up every single day. They just believe in it. And I said, it's just such a breath of fresh air. My comment section, it's just full of people being positive or people, you know, talking about different plays and talking about different things. It's not like a bunch of hype beasts hyping everything up, right? I said that's my favorite period of the market, when it's just nice and quiet. I think now we're going to probably enter that with One Piece. We might enter it for a couple months. We might enter it for a couple weeks. Who realistically knows? But I think that, you know, when the market pulls back, you're going to have a lot less BS in the market. You're going to have a lot less, you know, noise and a lot less people saying like, this card is going to the moon, or people are saying this box is going to the moon. This manga is so good. It's just going to be more like low key. And that's just better in my opinion. So I will say, I hope you do stay here. I do believe in your ability to, you know, not get shaken out. You know, if you're ever just concerned, make sure to just, I don't know, maybe do a little bit of research. See how strong the One Piece IP is. It's a very strong IP. You're investing in a really, really good card game. So if you are feeling like you're getting shaken out with this, you know, maybe just some words of encouragement. I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, look, it's not as bad as when OP05 crashed. That was horrible. Oh my gosh. PRB01, if you went there, when PRB01 came out, people thought that Bandai stuffed up the game. When PRB01 came out, the number one question was, will they put a difference in the old mangas versus the new mangas? Will there be a difference? Because if there isn't, the TCG is dead. The one thing that makes the One Piece TCG so unique are the manga rares. Of course, there's all these different things. The way the card game is played, this and that, and all these different things. But it's your favorite characters being on a manga rare. If they reprinted them, the card game would have been donezo. It was so bad. The lowest English manga I've ever seen was an OP04 Sabu English near mint. It sold for 200 USD. This guy panic sold it. And that was the lowest, but people were panicking. So we're not in those periods of time right now, right? We're not worried thinking like, oh great, are they going to make a PRBO3 with Reprint and Gold Roger where it's in every single pack, right? Like, no, now it's only just a pullback. The market's just simply pulling back. The market is simply just kind of chilling out, right? It just went on a massive run up. It's just sweet, right? It's not a big deal. So there's nothing causing the crash, and there's nothing to really be scared about, in my opinion. At least for me, I'm not really worried. I actually see this as a good buying opportunity. Maybe I can pick up a couple more PRBO1. More. I say that as if I have PRBO1. Maybe I can pick up a couple PRBO boxes. They are very, very expensive in Australia, so this is making it a little bit cheaper, which is pretty rad. So yeah, overall, I see this as a good thing. If you're investing in the long term, if you invest in One Piece, if you're confident in the One Piece TCG for 10, 15, 20 years time, this is simply a discount. This means if you were going to buy 10 blue bottoms 2 weeks ago, well, now you can buy like 14. So now you get 4 free ones. Put it like that, right? So yeah, it's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. So if you're getting shaken up by it, don't. I don't know. This is the best I could kind of put it. But anyways, white bottom is down 7%. Great. Another buying opportunity. That's awesome. Now this box, it's not too crazy. $2,000 is doable. $2,000 is like, yeah, I can make this work. Of course, everybody's in their own situations, but at least now you get some more time to prepare. Like if you were saving up for a blue bottom, well, shit, man, maybe you would have bought it in April, but because it went down so much, now you can afford one now. Great. So yeah, overall, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Anyways, OPO2 is down 4%. Yeah, that's kind of just whatever. OPO3 is down 2%. It's not really that big of a deal. OPO4 is down 6%. So that's definitely interesting. So OPO5. Okay, this is the first highlight after white bottom. OPO5 is down 9%. The most iconic, form of Luffy, which is the most popular most popular character of One Piece, Gear 5 Luffy. This box has now just become 9% cheaper. Don't look at it as it's gone down 9%. Look at it as now it's on a 9% discount. It's on sale. You wanted this box? Well, now it's on sale. Your local card game has it for 9% off. Put it like that, right? That's great. This box is such a phenomenal box. Yeah, great, cool. That's awesome. So yeah, overall, great. Very, very cool. I think that, obviously if you buy a box and it goes from like 340 or 390, like when was I tracking OPO5? I think when this, what was OPO5? It was $4.99 when I first started tracking it. But when I started this channel, the cheapest it was $3.80. Okay, if you bought it at $3.80, even though it's down 9%, it's not that big of a deal. It's like, were you planning on selling it? No. Were you planning on picking up more? Yeah, I was planning on picking up more. Okay, well, great. Now you can get it cheaper, right? But yeah, so great. Very, very cool nonetheless. OPO6 is down 0%. It's actually just moved down $1. EBO1 is down 7%. EBO1 is going to absolutely kill it. It has the Chopper manga. Chopper's going to be in the season 2 of One Piece, the live action. It's going to kill it. Absolutely. OPO7 is up. Is up. No, nothing's up. Okay, it's down 4%. Yeah, okay, fair enough. That's the one with the Boa manga. Yeah, that's pretty cool. OPO8 is down 2%. Look, OPO8 is such a bad set, and no one really cares. So it is down 2% purely because it went up such a small percentage to begin with. So it kind of makes sense. PRBO1 is down 7%. That's sweet as. PRBO1, this entire craze, it started this craze at $615. Well, okay, sorry. I started tracking the spreadsheet and it was $615. Now, this box is $858. It's like you could have bought OPO5 for $380. Now it's $1,050. And it's like, oh man, that's a big miss right there. I wish I bought it. But it's like, oh, look at PRBO1. It's actually not up that much. And it's arguably better than OPO5 because it's got every single it's got a bunch of mangas inside. It's got the Nami manga, which is also pretty sweet as well. Yeah, overall PRBO1 is just such a goated set, so yeah, that's pretty sweet as well. It's now 7% off. That is awesome. OPO9 surprisingly is just holding up so well. Okay, sure, fair enough. Yeah, I guess if we're going with it, I know my mate was able to pick up a couple of these boxes. I saw some panic sales in Australia, so if you're able to pick up some OPO9, now is probably the time. Speaking of, if you are just going to pick up any boxes, please do consider just using my affiliate link. If you do plan to pick up on TCGplayer or eBay, all you basically do is just click the link, and then if it takes you to the app or the website, either or work. It doesn't really change it, and then you make your purchase and I get a small kickback from it. It helps support out the channel a lot. It doesn't really cost you any extra. I know spending like $100 is the equivalent of watching about 1,000 videos of mine, so it does help out support the channel a lot. But anyways, OP10 is up 2%, so that is actually incredible. Unironically, OP10, I remember this guy commented months ago and he said how he believes OP10 is going to do really well because it has a Luffy on the front of the box. And he said that it's really cheap. It was like $99 at the time. And every single time I see OP10, I just think of that guy. I'm like, wow, that guy's somewhere in the world and he's probably got 100 cases of OP10. And it's like, wow, good on to this guy. He's up 2% this week. But anyways, EB02 is down 5%. So from 536 to 510. This one is like OP05 in a sense, right? Because it's got the Gear 2 Luffy. It's got also the Luffy alternate art as well, so it's got some really big heat inside. Overall, yeah, I think it's probably going to be the second version of OPO5, and also there is way less available of EBO2 versus OPO5. EBO2 is incredibly rare. If they only did one print wave, and that's basically it. Will they do more in the future? Who realistically knows? Other than EBO3, they've never reprinted an EB box, so I don't really know. But anyways, OP11 is down 2%. This box was, what was it? It was 175, and now it's 391. So it's definitely been doing well, but yeah, just pulling back a little bit. This set is quite new, so you're probably going to see it, maybe go up a little bit more in the future. Look, it does have, like, obviously in the future, so I'm in the near future, it has some really expensive chases inside. This is another version of your second chance at OPO5. It's like you can buy OPO5 if you want, or you can buy EBO2, where you've got the Luffy, the Gear 2 Luffy, so it's really iconic, just like Gear 5. But then on top of that, you've also got the S-piece, you've got the silver and the gold Luffy, so yeah, overall, might be a good decision to pick that one up. OP12 is up 3%. Man, these bad sets are doing so well, though. They're like the only ones going up. Then you've got PRB02 is down 6% from 367 to 344. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. PRBO2 is still really new, so you kind of got to give it some time for it to flush out. It is the only set with the Sanji manga. I absolutely love that set. It's got the Gum Gum Giant, it's got the Luffy art, it's got the Sanji manga. It's got some heat inside. It's got some really, really good cards. Anyways, OP13, the one that started it all, it is down fat 14%. It is because of the fear of reprints. Will it continue to go down? I have no freaking clue. I have literally no idea. You can't really call the top and you can't really call the bottom on these kind of things. You can kind of have like a rough estimate, like, oh, I think it's going to go roughly around this price, but like, will it go to $400? I want to say I doubt it, but anything is possible. Will it go up to $600? I want to say I doubt it, but anything is possible. It's just kind of those things we kind of just enjoy the ride. It's interesting, right? It's fun to watch. OP14 is up 3%. It's now $239. OP14 is very, very, it's a really good set, but also it didn't get announced that it was going to be getting a reprint. See, the EBO3 and OP13 were confirmed that they're going to get reprints in June. But OP14 is kind of just in the middle, and it's like, there's no confirmed reprints. It's like, what's going on with that? So, yeah, overall, OP14, it's probably going to continue to do well if it doesn't get reprints. But anyways, EBO3, this is the first week. It is averaging $385. This was like $320 only a couple days ago, but it definitely did bounce back. Perhaps $320 was a little bit too low. Perhaps it was a bit of a fast stretch. I guess, that's only $50. Oh no, it's like $70 off OP14. But I feel like OP14 is a better set. But anyways, I guess whatever. We'll see how they do. EBO3, we'll see how big the print waves are. OP13, we'll see how big the print waves are. We'll see how many sealed boxes you get. Because apparently Bandai are saying that they don't want card shops to give out any sealed boxes. They only want them to be torn. Now, how many card shops are actually honoring that? Who has an idea? I've heard that from a couple card shops, but that was in Australia. So I don't know if that's a global thing or if that's an Australian thing, but I have heard it from multiple card shops. That's clearly not just one person making it up, but also I'm seeing a ton of sealed boxes. So like, I don't, something's not lining up, right? But anyways, that is kind of situation there. And then moving on, finally, the week is down 6% over the previous week. So it has almost chopped off about 25% clean from its all-time high. Its all-time high was $19,700. Now it's $16,500. So it's getting close to chopping off just a clean 25%, but we'll see where the market is headed in the future. But that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.